Welcome to Seawaywhiskywire. Tonight on the bar, we've got the Ardbeg Uigeadail single malt Scotch whiskey. Stay tuned. Well, hey guys, thanks for coming back after the intro. I'm Tyler, and tonight on the bar, I thought we'd do something awesome, and I would review one of my favorite whiskeys from one of my favorite distilleries from my favorite Scottish whiskey region in the Ardbeg Uigeadail, better known as Ugie. But before I get into the specs of the bottle and overview, if you have yourself anything from Islay, you got yourself something from Ardbeg, maybe you have some Uigeadail, some Corey Reckon, some No, what have you, maybe a committee release or whatnot, and you want to pour yourself a dram and drink along with me, please do so. I encourage it. It makes life a heck of a lot better for you on the other end, and I enjoy you guys drinking along with me. So yeah, obviously the Ardbeg Uigeadail comes from the Ardbeg distillery located on the island of Islay in Scotland, and the name Uigeadail is derived from the water source of where they get the water for the distillery in Loch Uigeadail in this particular case, and obviously Uigeadail is a Gaelic term for the name of the loch. The Ardbeg Uigeadail, hefty dram for sure, comes in at 54.2% ABV. Non-chill filtered states clearly on the packaging here. As far as the color is concerned, I'm going to say that it is natural color. I've heard different things, but I'm going to state that it is natural color. If you know something that I don't, you want to put it down in the comments and correct me on that, please do so. Definitely encourage those kind of corrections, especially if I get it wrong. But it does clearly state on here that it's non-chill filtered. And the Ardbeg Uigeadail cask makeup is mainly bourbon and sherry. And I think it's somewhere in the vicinity of, they use first fill bourbon, second fill bourbon, and first fill sherry hogsheads as kind of the base cask makeup. There might be something else in there they're not telling us, but that is kind of what the generalized information is on this particular Scotch. As far as the ppm level, it comes in at the standard Ardbeg ppm, somewhere around 65 to 67 ppm, maybe even in the higher 70s here. At 54.2%, I don't believe this is cask strength. I think if it was, they would obviously have stated that on it, but it's very, very close and very packs a big punch. It's a hefty dram with that 54.2% ABV. So with that, let's get into the presentation of the Ardbeg Uigeadail. I mean, I've reviewed a few Ardbegs on my channel already. You guys know I'm in love with the packaging here. I love the stories on the back. I love how they've got lots of information and tasting notes on the bottle. They do have the prominent non-chill filtered right on there, and I believe that with the green glass and this nice black label here with the gold border, it looks very elegant. I just wish if they were in fact natural color that they would state that on the packaging. That'd be the only kind of gripe I have. Again, these guys over there at Ardbeg, I love how they got Shorty sitting on top here, the little dog that's always on the tops of the packaging here. They give a little blurb about the name of the whiskey here and the tasting notes and whatnot. Treacle, bacon, and bonfires. Hell yeah! And we're gonna get into it here in a minute. So with that, let's get into the color of the Ardbeg Uigeadail. Nice cork pop here, yes sir. And the smells are coming in strong. All right, let's get in there and have a look at the color of the Ardbeg Uigeadail. I mean, obviously, look at that. Beautiful, bright, almost a mahogany color to it there. Really heavily reliant on those sherry casks, first fill bourbon as well, and just a lovely, lovely example of good casking. Now, again, if it's not natural color, I'm kind of mesmerized by it anyways. So if it is natural color, excellent. If it's not, please correct me below. But yeah, I would say a nice mahogany color, almost like with some deep amber hue to it there. Yeah, very nice. Well, we're gonna get on the nose, but I mean, I really don't have to nose this whiskey. I can smell it already going through my bar here. But yeah, let's get into the nose on the Ardbeg Uigeadail and just see what we can get out of it. So let's get into it. Right away, 54.2% ABV. Packs a punch on the nose. Not an assault, but just lots and lots and lots of flavors and aromas coming off here. Very sweet. Starting off with some sweet fruit there. It's almost like a jam, maybe some red berries, some raisins, some dates. Then you get that beautiful Ardbeg peat It's a peat that I would. It's a heftier peat than the Ardbeg 10. Not nearly as fresh as the Ardbeg 10. Like it's not a sooty peat or anything like that, but it's not as clean and fresh as the Ardbeg 10 was. Definitely campfire peat. And then you get some apples in there. Some nice cooked apples. Some orange. Definitely get some like almost like a brown sugar kind of nose on there. Some smoked ham, some barbecued ham with like a honey glaze to it there. Maybe not the bacon they were looking for, but pretty close to it. Very nice nose. It's got a little bit of cinnamon, maybe like the cooked apple and maybe some cinnamon spice in there. Very nice. All right, let's get on to the taste here and see what we can get out of the Ardbeg Uigeadail. So, Slàinte, to your health, and let's dive into it here. Okay, lots going on here. So the first thing I get is I get that nice big peat. Not sooty, very campfire, ashy, burnt down, and you get that brine. And now I'm getting the raisins, the dates, the figs, the sherry notes. Going for another sip here. Yeah, campfire, little ash, brininess into those raisins, dates, figs. I get some apple in there, some oranges, some kind of like an earthy note at the end there, and then it goes into this little bit of cinnamon and clove, maybe a little bit of nutmeg in there. It packs a punch at 54.2% ABV. It is very strong. It doesn't have an alcoholic note to it or an ethanol-y kind of note to it. It's very much just full-bodied, very loud. And I would definitely say, it would welcome a little bit of water probably too if you wanted to open it up a little bit. On the end now, I'm getting some toasted nuts, some toasted cashews, and peanuts on the end there. Yeah, very nice. Just gonna go in for one more just to confirm a little bit more about it. Yeah, apples, cloves, nutmeg, cinnamon. Very nice. I don't get that. Sometimes I get like a barbecue note to it. I'm not getting that today. Like a barbecue sauce or a savory kind of note to it. I'm not getting that today. But I'm still getting a ton out of it. So yeah, with that, let's move into the finish of the Ardbeg Uigeadail and see what we can get out of the finish. I'm gonna go in for one more sip. This is one of my favorite scotches after all. Very nice. So the finish, I would say it's medium to long. It's got lots going on. Hefty dram, very mouth coating. It's got a creamy texture to it, Now I'm kind of getting some candied orange peel notes as well in there as I'm just sitting here. But yeah, it's got a lot going on. Very complex, full-bodied. You've got that peaty, smoky aspect that like everybody from Ardbeg looks for. If you are new to smoke and you're looking to kind of take a little bit more of a dive into peat, this is a great place to go after you've kind of like tried out the Lafroigs and maybe tried out, like a Lagavulin, or you've had some Ardbeg 10-year-old or whatnot. Smoke level I would compare to probably like a Kilchoman. They're kind of around the same same base here. This does feel like it's more smoke than like the Ardbeg 10 or the Ardbeg NO or the Ardbeg Uigeadail for sure. It definitely packs a wallop, but I can definitely see why this is such a popular whiskey and why this is one of my go-tos. My buddy and I have had a couple of bottles of this, and there's a reason why, and it's because it is so very good. But being as great as it is, as terrific as it is, it's fairly readily available, I would say. But we really got to get into the value proposition to kind of tie everything up here and see what it brings. So we'll move on to the value proposition. So the Ardbeg Uigeadail comes in Ontario with a price tag of $191, if you can find it. I think it's a little bit tougher to find nowadays. I personally haven't bought one in Ontario. We've bought them from out west and we've bought them from down south. Outside of Ontario, out west, I've seen the prices vary from $120 to $150 for a bottle of Ardbeg Uigeadail. Again, it's 54.2% ABV, so you're getting a good jump from like I can't remember exactly what a no is, but it's somewhere like around like 46 or 48%. So I mean, it's a good jump up from that. So you get a lot more Scotch for the price, and it's terrific. And you can water it down and adjust it if you want. But it's a good value at that $120, $150 price range. And it might be the best offering from Ardbeg. I have tried the Corey Reckon a couple of times, but not enough to really give it a fair shake, and never kind of shot it out against the Ardbeg Uigeadail. So my experience says this is the stronger one of the core range. If I'm wrong, or you have something you want to say about that, please stick in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. But to me, this is the best one out of the core range for Ardbeg. And I've even seen, the price is surpassing that of the Corey Reckon lately. But yeah, it's a it's a great whiskey. This bottle here is already halfway gone almost, and we'll be on to our next one. But this is one that I'm going to say you must try. Definitely must try this bottle. And I think after you do, you're going to stock it because it's just one of those bottles that it's so good. It's versatile. You can give it to people that are, that like their peat. For all those Ardbeg fanboys out there, they're going to love you for having it on your bar. And yeah, it's going to be a tough one to keep around with your buddies wanting to sniff out at the bottle every time they come over to see you. But anyways, you do you. $191 in Ontario, $120 to $150 outside of Ontario as of the filming of this video. But yeah, one of my absolute favorites, and one that I continue to go back to over and over again. So yeah, that's my review of the Ardbeg Uigeadail, and my buddy Jake can finally come back and get his bottle before I drink it all. And if you like what we're doing here at seawaywhiskywire, you guys know that drill. Like and subscribe down below. And hey, don't forget to check me out on Instagram at seawaywhiskywire for more content. And if you're still hanging around this time, guys, thank you so much for doing so. Love bringing this content to you. Love coming down to the bar after a hard day at work, and sitting down here and making a video, having a nice dram of single malt, and just giving you my thoughts and opinions on it. Makes life very, very fun for me. So I'll leave you with that. Take care, all the best, and I'll see you around. Bye for now.